So yeah, it's been a very, very busy start to this year, but last year was phenomenal. Massive amount of approvals that we've been doing, and yeah, to achieve 5 new approvals compared to what we had when we were here last year was incredible. So as you know, we did all the fire testing together. Started off with the UAE.S testing, I believe it was, where we did the dry powder, local application, total floods.
Doesn't seem like a year ago. Seems like a lot longer time ago.
And then we moved on to the clean agents, which is something that we wanted to really push, wasn't it? So that was a lot of learning through that, but great experience doing the UL2166. Obviously, first of all with the indirect, and then
the unknown with the direct, and
the unknown with the direct is a completely new, innovative project with UL, which is a world's first, which I think is absolutely brilliant. But a lot of new things to have to come across and overcome those challenges. But to get a world's first approval on a direct, I think is going to be key for our market going forward. And then end of last year, that real big push for the UAE 5041, and in line with that the SASO 2946. So incredible year, lots of fire testing, lots of manuals being written, because you have to do both a CE one and a DOT version for each clean agent. Lots
and then
of
obviously with the kind of investment we're going to be putting at the front end of the business next year, this year, so how quickly it goes this year. Obviously, a lot of the key things for me, development front end and investment front end, is going to be around customer support, training, onboarding for new distributors, and I think when we're looking at things like manuals, the next step for us is multilingual products. So website products, manuals, data sheets. There's going to be a lot of work doing that, but again, it's part of this investment in time that goes into this. So.
And the access to the right information is key, isn't it? We find that's probably one of the biggest questions we have is, can we have it in our native language, and can we get access to it? That's the biggest problem we find, and all of that development we got going on with like online portals and allowing people to see the products they need and the support and technical information instantly is the way to do it, and having the training added on as well as part of that, allow them to, we've done that massive push on all the approvals. The name is out there, everyone knows who we are, they know we're a serious player in this arena, and now we need to make sure that the support is there. And I think we both agree that has been somewhere where we needed development, is the getting the technical information to people easily, because there's a hell of a lot, like we said. There's the UAE.S 5062 approvals for dry powder, the Reacton F3 agent, the UL with the direct and indirect, and now the UAE ones, which all have their own different ways of risk assessing, designing, and installing and certifying them. So there's a huge amount of technical documentation that needs to be readily available, but easy for people to access.
But you don't see it.
No.
And I think that's something for the year. I think the nice thing about last year, looking forward to this year as well, is that 2-year development cycle at factory. For me, the business needed to really invest in the manufacturing side, which obviously we did last year. We've got double the machine capacity going in the next week to 2 weeks for that continued growth. But for me, I think it's a massive achievement. I look back when we were here last year, we did talks, we spoke about things, all the development we were doing. I had absolutely no idea that we would be able to achieve the things we have behind the scenes. I mean, the factory, the way the quality has kind of penetrated through the whole team now. They are all obsessive about making sure the products are the best they possibly can be. Far better in excess of a lot of the products that we've seen, touched, felt over the years. advancements in the leak detection side. Obviously, we've done stage 1, we've got stage 2 this year with the second leak detector coming into factory. But I think the big point for me is the investments next year when we're talking about what we do is obviously a significant amount will continue behind the scenes. But for me, what we're going to see from Reacton side this year in terms of investment will be the most visible, because it will be the website, the client portals, the training, all of the stuff that realistically we have all of the material for, but it's taken us, we've taken our time in some ways rightly to really understand what it is we actually want to achieve through doing this development. I think if we'd have done it 4 years ago, we'd be looking at each other going, we've got to do it again.
Yeah.
And I think we've done an element of that, but I think the new thing we're going to do is going to be good. I think the approvals are a testament to quell any questions of quality or commitment towards innovation and what we're doing. I think an important point from the show, having limited time to walk around because the stand's been absolutely flooded with people for the last 2 days, is what really sets the business apart is that there are a number of systems on the market that fall into a broad similar category of ours, but they are using the same valve, the same technology that hasn't been advanced, it hasn't had any development work. Certainly from a materials perspective, we're trying to, as an organisation, use less materials in the things that we make, recycle a lot of the manufacturing materials, which we now obviously do, whilst always retaining that Reacton quality that we've built the business up to do. So I think as long as this year for us moving forward, we have the same spirit inside the teams to make those advancements this year, working between you and I to focus on the front end, the knowledge base, the customer interaction side, all the work we've done in warehousing and logistics and distribution, stock levels 50% higher than it was 12 months ago. So I think it's been an amazing team. And to be fair, I think when we said it last year, they're the real heroes, to be fair, are not here.
Yeah, they're all back at base.
They're back at base doing exactly what we've just spoken about. And I think in honesty, in operations and in the investment side and in the technical side, and it will be true for nearly all the companies that exist here, the real hard work that sometimes doesn't get seen, that goes on behind the scenes, can sometimes be far more, far more special kind of work. That trying to convey the engagement and the productivity improvements and tweaking of things, and just all the way down to how laser etching looks on a valve to make it look better for the brand, and that obsessive attention to detail without compromising quality, without compromising the production throughput we can get for the products, I think sets us up for a great year. And I think, it's been, like we said, last year was a full-on year, but I think we've now got a great team with the new personnel that have joined the company on its journey of growth. The UAE is obviously doing incredibly well with what it's doing. Europe's doing very well. And I think for us, all I want to make sure is that we always remember that we're here for our customers to support our distributors, and through the various means, sometimes it won't be seen in terms of the investment side we've done. Some people, we're going to have this difficulty of communicating 5 approvals to a very wide, broad audience globally.
Well, I think we are good at advertising and sharing information about shiny new approvals and getting the name out there. But what the guys are doing with the helium leak detection, the machine and the quality, it's great having the approvals. We can shout about them. People, as we know from this show, so many people are wanting to work with us now. We're on the map in a big way, but we can have these new customers coming on board, but the quality is not there, and they don't have a product that just has the longevity. You only get one chance to make a first impression, and that hard work back at the factory where the quality is just part of the culture now, and that's just going to be seen when we send it out to all these customers. Ultra reliable product, and there's no exception. That's how we operate, and that's where all that hard work has come. So Yes.
And I had a good count up just to, like, for the machine shop, etc. Just gave like some rough estimates because I knew we'd be having, the RTalks. And I think last year from January to, end of December to end of December for the first period of real running with the machines. And bearing in mind, one machine we've only had 11 months. I think we've produced about 56,000 components in-house in the first year of venturing into our own manufacturing.
It's incredible. Yeah.
So, and the quality of those components is just, as the customers, and we've had a lot of feedback from customers noticing now the real changes in the quality of parts again, even from the existing great quality they were, to bringing them to another level that again sets us apart. So for me, it's continue with the investments, and that's not necessarily monetary investments, there's also a lot of time investments in the things we just spoke about, and just continue to grow the team out and build the passion that is growing behind the business. No doubt there'll be more approvals and things that we have to change, but I do think this year's focus is very much on building the full package now around the front end. And I think there'll be some really exciting developments that customers and prospective customers will notice over the coming months.
That's it. And we've got obviously this year to look forward to, as you mentioned, about developing the products and the approvals we've already got, but that strive for getting all the approvals and ticking the boxes is always ongoing. And there's other ULs we want to go for.
We've got dry powder,
which we're already pretty much there because of the development we've done before. But with the lithium-ion battery protection as well, great projects ongoing with that, which we obviously can't talk about too much because they're very sensitive. But when we can, it's going to be brilliant. And again, it's showing Reacton are truly innovative the whole time.
And I think that's a good indicator project to sign off how we're working, how the business works. We haven't gone to market with a lithium battery product like a lot of manufacturers have that haven't got third-party certification, have questionable testing backing up and methodology that going with it, and are very much focused on a one-fits-all approval. The projects we've got working in the background are very specific. They're very specific to application, and they are going to be properly developed, have been tested, etc., in accordance with the things that we continue to drive forward and make these products to. So I think it was a phenomenal year last year. I think the show's been fantastic. And from my side, it's just to say thank you to everyone that isn't here, that have put so much effort and passion behind the scenes. Hopefully we get some more people to the factory again this year. We've had a massive increase of people visiting the premises, taking up the opportunity as a 1 or 2 day visit to the factory. And they can appreciate what they can't see today here. So, all right.
Brilliant.
Well done.